All right, so we have breaking news. We have breaking news. We're gonna break the fucking news. So I was talking to my second ex-girlfriend the other day, and like all of the rest of my ex-girlfriends, she practiced jujitsu. Um, so we gotta talk about the fact that women are getting sexually assaulted and violated in jujitsu, and we gotta stop this shit because this shit's not right. This shit is not right. So, this is years ago. Um, my second ex girlfriend. So, this is what happened. So she was training one day at her dojo, well, her academy, and her sensei, her coach, told her to stay back after training, right? So she did as she's told. So she's thinking, okay, the coach is gonna like teach her some new moves or like go over what they did in class. Um, Long story short, she told me that he violated her and that when I tell you she told me like in complete detail what he did to her. I'm not gonna tell you what he did because it's too graphic, but let's just say he really destroyed her. And my second ex girlfriend is the strongest woman I know because she's been through a lot. And she knew of my attraction towards Gianni Grippo. I've been attracted to him for many, many years. But that's not the point. My second ex girlfriend was violated. And at the time, she didn't come out because she thought nobody would believe her. She thought because her coach had so much influence and power that she could literally risk losing everything in jujitsu. So, me, at the time when we were dating, I tried to protect her, I tried to console her, but at the time I was dealing with depression, addiction, and my own trauma because I was violated by my first ex girlfriend. Ironic how all of my ex girlfriends practice jujitsu. It's ironic, isn't it? Um, to the women out there who've been violated, who were sexually assaulted in jujitsu, I want to apologize for the trauma you went through. I want to apologize that you guys felt like you didn't feel heard, that you felt like your voices didn't matter. Your voice matters. Let me tell you, your voice matters, and we need more and more women to come out and tell their stories because the more you guys come out, the more we're going to stop these monsters from violating innocent people. And this is the thing I don't get. People with power and influence in jujitsu. Why is it you have to abuse the power? Why is it you have to abuse the influence and abuse what you have to prey on the weak, to hurt the... Why would you do that? You took an oath to protect, to serve, to teach, to honor your students, to honor your class, to honor your academy. Like jujitsu, I thought it was the gentlest art. I thought jujitsu was for all. But we have monsters in jujitsu who hide behind jujitsu just to prey on the weak, just to prey on the defenseless. And I'm calling this shit out because this shit should not have happened to my second ex girlfriend. This shit should not have happened to other women. Like I don't get it. Like I really don't get it. Like, but we need to stop this shit. I'm calling this shit out, and it angers me. It angers me that you like you have power, you have influence. Why would you abuse that? Why would you hurt innocent people? And I'm on a mission. I'm serious. I'm gonna destroy the jujitsu hierarchy. It's time that shit get abolished. Somebody needs to take it down because people with power and influence, y'all abuse this shit and you forget that you're human beings and you forget that you're not immortal. You're not invincible. You're touchable like the rest of us. Like like who died and made you kings and queens? Last time I checked, you're human beings like the rest of us. So my second ex-girlfriend, after she was violated, she's not a lesbian and she's married to her beautiful wife. And I want to send her a shout out because she's the one who took me to see Gianni Grippo versus Paulo Miyao back in 2015. I'm forever thankful to her for doing that. But after my second ex-girlfriend was violated, she went through a deep depression. She went through years of not trusting men. She went through years of not trusting people. And there was a time where she actually stopped doing jiu-jitsu. And what led her back to jiu-jitsu was that she had enough, and she said no more. She took back her power. She took back her control. She had to relocate to another academy, and all I can say is that she really she still deals with the trauma, but through therapy and counseling, she's getting better. But people don't understand, like, when you're in jiu-jitsu, and thank God I'm back in martial arts myself after being away for 21 years. When you're back in when you're in martial arts, you're supposed to protect the weak. You're still really supposed to protect those who can't defend themselves. And you as a coach, a sensei, a teacher, professor, whatever you call it, a master, why in God's green earth would you abuse the power? Why would you abuse, like, why would you do that? Why would you hurt innocent people? And it's unfortunate because more women keep getting sexually assaulted and getting raped and violated. And I'm going to call this shit out. Gianni Grippo's not calling this shit out. I am. Marcelo Garcia's not calling this shit out. I am. Dirty Diana is not calling this shit out. I am. And shame on you, Dirty Diana. Shame on you. Oh my God, how are you not calling this shit out, man? Adele. How is it Adele is the only one who has more balls than anybody to call this shit out? Like, Adele has more balls than anybody to call this shit out. Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. Do you really have to be such an idiot to actually hurt innocent people? Because for you to actually violate, sexually assault, and hurt women, you have to be the scummest of the scum to do that to women. I sincerely do apologize to the women again for the trauma that they went through. Jiu-Jitsu is supposed to be a safe place. Jiu-Jitsu is supposed to bring people together. Jiu-Jitsu is supposed to be stress-free. Jiu-Jitsu is supposed to it's a community. Like, we need to seriously abolish the hierarchy. It needs to go because people who are like black belts, they tend to forget they have egos. They tend to forget that they're human beings like the rest of us. They tend to forget that they're touchable like the rest of us. They're not immortal. They're human beings like the rest of us. And Gianni Grippo, let me just say, I see through your so-called relationship. I think it's bullshit. I think you're seriously making a mistake, and I'm covering the shit out of your so-called relationship every day because I'm trying to save your fine ass. And excuse me, let me take that back. Inappropriate on my part. Sorry, I didn't mean to say fine ass. I'm sorry, Gianni. I'm trying to save you from making a serious mistake. You're making a serious mistake. I'm gonna keep saying it. And I won't stop until you wake up and see that you're making a mistake. I mean, my God, Gianni, wake up. Like, Dirty Diana, like, she lives in Canada. You live in Jersey. She's not going to sacrifice a goddamn thing for you. She's not going to relocate for you because she lives in Canada. She calls herself a nomad. She literally tours around the world, trains with the best to perfect and sharpen her craft. She, let's see, she does seminars and shit around the world too. She's not gonna give up her independence, her freedom, her individuality, her income, none of that shit. Like, and Gianni, if she do, she's going to hate you. I know, I lived it. She's going to hate the shit out of you. I do not support your so-called relationship. I do not approve of it, but I do support you, Gianni. I always will. But let's get back to the topic. Women, please. Like, we really need to speak out more. Well, not we, because I'm not a woman, but women, you guys need to speak out more. I'm not, like, when you're ready. I'm not gonna force it on you. When you're ready, share your stories. Men, us as men, we need to be more understanding, be more compassionate. When a woman says no, it's no. No is a complete answer, statement, response, comment. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I don't understand. Like, why is it like people keep getting away with sexually harassing and sexually assaulting and violating women in jiu-jitsu? J-Rod, you should have been in prison. Isaac Michelle, I hope you go to prison. Allegedly, if Andre Galvao did what they said he did, like allegedly, if he did it, you need to go to prison too. But yeah, we need to stop this. Like we seriously need to stop this. Women should not be sexually assaulted. Women should not be violated. And I'm calling this out. Like, and you guys need to call this out too, man. You guys need to call this out too. Gianni Greppo's not calling it out. Marcelo's not calling it out. Dirty Diana's not calling it out. I'm calling it out. Adele's calling this shit out. Like, everybody needs to wake up. Wake the hell up, man. Like, we need to protect women. We need to protect those who can't protect themselves. We need to give people who don't have a voice, man. Because your voice matters. And if you've been through trauma, share it with us. We won't laugh at you. We won't judge you. We're going to love you. We're going to support you. We're going to be there for you and support you no matter what. I said what I said. I'm out. Peace.